Hey guys, I'm Rocket and welcome to my channel. The Deadeye's been out for months, so I think it's about time I give you guys the PvP guide for the Deadeye. So if you're struggling with this class and this is what you're looking like, you don't want to miss this one. Let's get to it. Okay guys, real quick before we get started, you know the drill. If you're new to my channel or you like this content, if you could please leave a like and a sub, drop a comment. It really does help the channel. Thank you. Now back to the video. Alright guys, in this video we're gonna go over PvP combos for Node Wars, 1v1s, and AOS. I'm gonna give you a simple infinite movement rotation for the Deadeye. I'm also gonna give you a combo that heals and gives you extra 55 DR, and we're gonna go over with gear, crystals, and artifacts to help you better succeed with the Deadeye. Okay, so now that the class has been out for a few weeks, I feel like I've gotten to a point where I can give you guys some tips and tricks. I've learned a lot. I've learned that this class is super squish, but she hits like a goddamn truck. This class is so strong if you don't get blown up first. So with that in mind, let's get right into this video. I'm gonna try to teach you guys everything that I've learned so far to give you guys a better starting point with the Deadeye. Now let's get into what we're here for, the combos. Okay, for the combos, let's make sure we're starting off with the morning rounds. Our skills are going to be much stronger with those rounds equipped. As the video is going on, I'm going to have a full rundown of the combo in full speed, and then we're going to break it down step by step. Alright, first up is Gunslinger's entrance. Make sure you get the second attack. That one applies the knockdown. Doom and Gloom comes up next, and then we're going to go press spacebar for double trouble for the RCC. Then we're gonna go into our damage, and if you've done my PvE combo, you know this by heart. Dragon's Breath is at the end for a down smash to assure we get both hits of Shift Q. Okay, up next in the second combo, this is gonna be a combo when you're gonna be using with more people around you if you don't want to get CC'd. This one's gonna be almost full SA, it's gonna have regen built in, and it's gonna have a lot of movement so you don't get grabbed. Again, Gunslinger's entrance, and the same Doom and Gloom afterwards. It's gonna be the same original, that's why the first one was the bread and butter. But from there, we're gonna go into Mayhem to give us some movement so we don't get grabbed, followed up by Dust Devil for the down smash, and we're finishing it off with the Shift Q. Okay, for this next combo is the one you use if you have Doom and Gloom on cooldown and you can use it. So you're gonna go in with that iframe knockdown instead of Doom and Gloom. So we start off with Gunslinger's entrance and the second hit for the knockdown, and then we go into Sidewinder iframe. We press R&B, make sure you let go of everything, and then we get the knockdown, which starts off with as a SA, back into that damage combo of switcheroo and back F. And then for the down smash, again with Dragon's Breath and into Shift Q. Alright, up next, here's a combo that you can use if you're fighting a class with a lot of forward guards. Make sure you're using run and gun and you use it often. Try to get behind them, get that stun, just spam the skill as much as possible. You will CC them. So here is the combo at full speed, and then we're gonna break it down step by step. Okay, for this combo, instead of starting off with Gunslinger, we're gonna start off with a CC from run and gun. And then we're gonna follow with Gunslinger for that CC there, and back into the bread and butter combo with the Dragon's Breath down smash, and then we're gonna go into Shift Q, and we're gonna bounce on out of there and get to safety. Alright guys, in this section we're gonna go over my NodeWar combo and different strategies that you can use to be successful with Deadeye in Node Wars. Okay, so let's talk positioning. The Deadeye is a ranged unit, but it's also a pre-engager. The Deadeye has a great ability in Shift Q BSR that can CC multiple targets outside of render range, and also apply a crit rate debuff and an evasion shred on a large number of people. This makes the BSR and the Deadeye extremely crucial, especially if you get upwards of 5 or 6 knockdowns, because once the balls are engaging, they don't see this damage coming in. I would also consider this more of a ranged assassin, sort of a high mobility rack, kind of like a Musa, that hangs on the sides of the ball to get in there and find low targets and then make his way quickly out with its swing ability. However, as you're swinging, do pay attention that it's not all iframe. You can die mid-swing, it happens to me often. It is super armor, so be careful. Okay, to start off a combo, remember to do it in Marnie rounds. At least for Node Wars, Marnie rounds are more effective than the rockets because they have a max PvP damage reduction of up to 30%, unlike the regular bullets, which are 50%. They also have the cluster bomb for a little extra damage. Okay, now let's go over that NodeWar combo. As you can see here, we're way out of render distance, right? We're gonna try to engage from where people cannot see us, and then we're gonna swing into this ball. We're gonna go over this combo here in full speed, and then we're gonna break it down step by step. Okay, so we're gonna start off with Shift Q BSR, hit R and B to activate the BSR, and then as soon as you hit the ground, start spamming back E. You do not want to take damage. From back E, we're gonna go directly into back C, and then Shift C, pressing L and B to make those rockets go faster. Okay, now that your rockets are done, we're going up R and B, but only if there's a down target. Make sure that if there's nothing here, we're skipping all of this. We're not going up R and B Shift Q, we're already disengaging. But if there's a down target, you get the kill and you try to get out as soon as possible with a back E again. Just remember, as you're swinging into the enemy ball, you don't have to hit the flank every time, right? You can always retreat back into your ball, or you can go ahead and swing past the enemy ball and flank them from behind. Another tip, if you want to spam your rockets without using back E, you can always use Iron Blackjack instead to start off a combo. The swing ability for Deadeye is super useful in Node Wars. It lets you jump over barriers and structures and lets you hit the enemy fort. Even in sieges, if you have a little bit of elevation, you can jump right over those siege walls, no problem. If you're burning a structure like a flame tower or something and you're in a safe stationary position, you can always spam Sunset Piercer by switching around after the animation. You can even use it from elevation. Okay, let's not forget about Light Up the Sky. This says right here, rockets won't pass over obstacles higher than the Deadeye's head. If fired from too high, it won't work. Don't forget to quick slot Light Up the Sky down at the bottom. So this skill is very good for getting some extra chip damage inside of a base, so we're just gonna go and slide and find an open spot into the base. And over here, if you notice, the obstacle is over the Deadeye's head, but I'm still able to shoot over it for some reason. Then I went over to the other side and tried to shoot over this wall. Obviously this wall is much higher and it wasn't able to do it. If you know any way to circumvent this mechanic that we can shoot over taller things, let us know. I thought maybe this reticle, but I don't know, drop a comment if you know how to do it. Now we're gonna go over protective movement. Please listen to this. As a Deadeye, you're gonna be chased a lot. You gotta know this rotation. So during this video, she's gonna be running through the whole time. You see here, she has no stamina. Frontier Survivor, let's go over it. It lets you use these 4 movement skills if you're out of stamina by consuming HP. Sidewinder, Gunslinger's Entrance, Run and Gun, and Doom and Gloom. But you have to have at least 25% HP or 800 HP total. Here's the protected combo. You can do this literally indefinitely, but make sure you start off with Sidewinder, your iframe, to dodge all the damage up at the front. The most important thing about this rotation is to add Mayhem and Dust Devil towards the end of the rotation, because Mayhem and Dust Devil will allow you to recover a little bit of stamina, allowing to use Sidewinder more freely every time. Right, so Deadeye is super squish. While I was using the Deadeye, I had a real hard time staying alive, so I came up with the defensive suppressive fire rotation to help me stay alive in fights. So over here we have suppressive fire. It gives an opponent a debuff of -20 AP while also being full SA, and it has good movement. That links nicely over to Mayhem and Bullet Storm, which in our add-ons, I'll explain that later, we have a DP up and an AP down for the opponent. So that's going to be a total of 20 DP for us and -35 AP for the opponent, for a total of 55 extra DR. Here's the quick rotation. It links very nicely to each other. This is definitely going to help you stay alive in places like AOS, where she was just immediately blowing up. After I started doing this, I found a lot more success just staying alive, period. Quickly, let's go over some of her Rabams. We went over suppressive fire, so that's not needed. Final Draw does have a knockdown, but it's unprotected. I don't find that to be very useful. We have other replacements for that skill. Suppressive fire is much more important. We have Dragon's Breath. We use that for the down smash. Raining Bullets is a good option for PvE, but it has a high PvP damage reduction rate, so we're not going to use that for PvP. Dust Devil Kaboom adds a little extra damage to our down smash and it's very fast, so it's a good option. But Perfect Storm is also a viable option. You're no longer animation locked in the skill. It's not a lot of damage, but it has good health recovery. Let's go over some crystals, some gear, and some artifacts. For gear for the Deadeye, you want to stack AP. So, you know, throw on that Nuver, throw on some Distos. You just want to be able to blow the people up on the other side as quickly as possible. Alright, for AOS, you know, I decided to go DR and AP as well. We want to blow people up and we want to be able to trade more, so we're running the Visionary Elcars and the Corruptions, but on the other side, all the other crystals are HP to help us being able to trade. We're not running the BSR because the 298 bracket is super crucial. Having 290 AP gets you into the next bracket of 297, instead of 293 give you an extra 7 AP. Okay, let's get into some crystal artifacts. For open world, I'm trying to stack AP and damage as much as possible. We got the Macalods to give us some extra damage. We got some extra damage from the human damage crystals. We're running the corruptions. If you need more accuracy than the Elcars, I'll probably get rid of these RBFs and put on, the Vipers here. The point of the class is just to blow people up. And for higher tier Node Wars and you're running HP set, don't worry to meet the caps as much. You don't want to be living in the ball, so you don't need as much HP. If you could pull more damage down range, that would be more useful. For cap Node Wars, run your absorptions, run damage here as much as you can. I'm running extra attack speed, and I'm also running some stamina here to help us out with the Addons. But if you could find any other ways to increase attack modifiers, maybe later on in the game, add those too. For artifacts, I'd recommend running Target Opens or Death Blow. They're both very useful. If you're feeling spicy, you can maybe go with All Out Attack. Just remember, the point of this class is to get out of render range and try to blow people up before they see it coming. And for the artifact itself, I recommend the Dekya DR artifact, but I don't have that personally. If you're having some weird evasion, maybe play around. Maybe you'll find success with evasion for Deadeye. Personally, I haven't tried that myself. Up next onto add-ons, this first one's gonna be for open world or AOS. This is what I like to run in those instances. We have Gunslinger Entrance, Quick Draw, and Doom and Gloom, our bread and butter combo. And then we're gonna add Bullet Storm and Mayhem, and those are gonna give us some more DP, and it's gonna have a DP up and a human damage down just to give us more tankiness, as well as some extra HP recovery built into both of them to kind of work in unison. It'll help us stay alive a little more. And bombs bursting in air, it's also going to give you some extra survivability there. These add-ons next are for like a capped Node War. We're going to have our main rocket skill combo up in here, as well as Gunslinger Entrance and Doom and Gloom to kind of give us some extra damage if we pick those targets out. Sword Opener, bombs bursting in air, it's going to lead into Deadeye Shot, and then Rocket's Red Glare. But I will say this, that Rocket's Red Glare here might not be necessary. It has an accuracy rate up and an evasion shred, and I don't think we really need that for cap content, so you can go ahead and switch this back to like a Mayhem with like 100 bleed and extra recovery here, just for some more safety. And finally, the last one, it's gonna be like an uncapped siege or Node War scenario. You have your main Gunslinger Entrance skills and your rocket combo skills here, but we're changing the add-ons to be your regular debuffs as a DP down, evasion shreds, AP ups, the things that actually matter in like open world scenarios. I think this kind of gives us a good balance of DP recovery and let us staying far away while also causing damage. Hey guys, thank you if you made it this far to the end of the video. I really hope this video helps out any new Deadeyes, or if you already experienced and you learned a couple things. Remember, give a like and drop a comment if you know something that I might have not gone over. If you did like this content and you're new to the Deadeye, I do have a Deadeye PvE guide out as well, and I also have the Why You Should Play BDO in 2025 video out. We need that 2025 video to get a lot of likes so it gets in front of PA and we can make some positive changes to PvP. So if you like PvP, go like that video. If you want to chat with me, I do stream at night, Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at nighttime, so you can catch me on Twitch or YouTube there. I'm sometimes on TikTok as well. Other than that, I want you guys to have a blessed day. I'll take it easy. I'll catch you another time.